Oh, Honeybear's mic is off for now. I guess I'll read us in, and I'm terrible at this. But welcome on into our Aegis Rolldown, the last one for set 7.5. I'm sure everyone else is kind of wanting to get on out of here, but we've got one more thing to go. So, yeah, here we are for this last little bit of an hour. Honeybear, are you back? Man, this Honeybear guy sucks.
Wait, he's back.
I'm back. Oh, are you?
I'm actually here. I survived. I figured it out. I had to have my mic muted on every single stream today, and just realized I should probably actually have that working.
Possibly.
Probably. Oh, goodness gracious. But welcome on in, guys. I'm the Real Honeybear with Lorence. We got the Aegis Rolldown podcast. We're live every single weekend. Sunday, some o'clock. What o'clock? Who knows? Sometime around this time, whenever the casts are done. But just quick shout out to everybody in chat. Thanks for hanging out. If you're here, you've probably been here the entire time. You guys are awesome. So really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, been a long day that everyone's been here. So we're going up on just over 5 hours now, I think. Give or take. No, just about there. We're about 5 minutes from 5 hours. So if you've been here the whole time, my heavens, thank you for being here. As Honeybear had said, really appreciate you guys hanging out. And man, I can't wait to dive into this. It's almost like a reflection, podcast of how 7.5 went. How it's been growing, how it's going to go for set 8. Excited.
For sure. Yeah, I mean it's been quite the journey, and yeah, we're finally done with set 7.5. For us here at Aegis. And yeah, that's it. I feel like it's a bittersweet. I got here in set 7. So kind of getting rid of dragons, whereas all I've known at Aegis is dragons, is kind of sad. Yeah. But it's also, cool to look forward to set 8.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's even for myself, it's been such a contentious thing too. So that dominates the conversations. Even almost anywhere you go, people even if it's not Jetsam something bad about it, they're still just talking about dragons. They're still in the conversation. You're talking about transitioning your late board into dragons. So all of a sudden we're going to be going into this hero augments, which is a lot less centered on centralized units. So it's going to be a little jarring, not having that little central piece, where dragons, where now it's whatever unit you hit,
Yeah. I mean, it's somewhat looking like a pseudo central piece, when they're coming out. But yeah, we'll dive a little bit more into that when we shift over to meta news, unless you just want to shift over to meta news now. But no, wait, we got some laundry to air out here. First off, this podcast, the last podcast of set 7.5, is sponsored by Lawrence's Climb to Masters. So if you want Lorence to get to Masters, make sure you at him in the Discord constantly. Just never stop, and you'll be good to go. He'll finally make it there.
I love big that. Great.
We're here to chat about just a variety of topics, TFT related, Aegis related, sometimes anime related, and just go from there. Today's going to be a little bit more of a chill episode. We're going to reflect on some things about 7.5, reflect on set 7 as a whole. And then talk about, obviously some of the events that recently passed and what we got to look forward to in the future. So
yeah, we've got that down there in the bottom left of intro, meta news, weeklies, all that jazz. But we're probably going to be a little more freeform here, maybe touching on things as we kind of go down that list. We've got some weekly things. Such as the invitational qualifiers going into this invitational that we just finished up, and then AML ACL, maybe we'll cover a couple things there. So it'll be a little bit of a theme, but for the most part, we're kind of winging it just about. So we're sending it on through, and we'll probably cover a couple different topics.
Yeah, and make sure if you guys want to chat, if you guys want to participate in the conversation, just send us a message in chat. We love to answer them. If it's relevant to the topic that we are at on hand, we normally just talk about them. If not, we'll save it to the end. So it could be about anything. Anime, TFT, Lawrence's new haircut. What'd you do?
Yeah.
Shaved? Okay. Shaved haircut. I'm like, your hair's fancy looking today. So I'm like, do you do both? But also last week you were wearing a hat, so
yeah, I know. Like if you go and look at like the what is it? My heavens, the thumbnail. The thumbnail. Look at my heavens. Now look at the thumbnail. It's like got the hat and the beard, and it's like I almost don't even look the same anymore. I wonder if I was wearing my glasses too. I just pretty much covered myself. It was like definitely not Lorence.
Wait, do you think there's gonna be do we need like a definitely not Lorence cosplay? What would that actually look like? Because it can be, if it's a definitely not, it can be anything.
Yeah, you can put a lot of random costumes on, and then just all you need is like the little glasses and the nose, right?
Yep.
I can go get that at the dollar store or something.
Someone reading chat as well will be like, "This game's all luck." Look at this, it's all luck. Yeah, I think we could do that. Wait, we don't really have. Do we have plans for like our Christmas episode yet?
Not really. I mean, I'm down to like try to hash that out even right now live.
Definitely not Loris and definitely not HoneyBear cosplay edition.
Yeah, that would be actually really funny. You know, and there also needs to be some sort of ugly Christmas sweater one too. I've got a great one. I don't know if you have any, but I've got a really good ugly Christmas sweater.
Nope.
I'm not going to ruin it.
The only Christmas sweater that I have is the Michigan one that I wore last week.
Well, that's pretty ugly. So
it's not ugly. Hey, we're in the top 4. We're looking fresh. We're looking really
pretty good. You guys are about to put your stamp on a dynasty. You're gonna say move over, Alabama. Jeez.
Depending on where the seedings come out, not that this is a football podcast, but last 2 weeks it seems to be. We will get rolled by Georgia. We will get destroyed. So,
yeah, that team's looking a little sussy.
It's the difference between like I don't know, like Michigan I feel like could be a national championship team. Georgia is a professional football team. There's a big difference. Like Michigan's great for college football. Georgia is good for NFL.
Yeah, I always like making the joke of having the best, like the person who wins the national championship for NCAA, do like a promotion system where they face the worst NFL team and they kick the NFL team out if they take them. Obviously, it wouldn't work like that, but it's just a funny concept to even like see that happen. It would be pretty funny.
Hey, I know we briefly said this, but Andrew's in the chat. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Andrew, do you want to come on the podcast and just chat about how you felt? Through the tournament today. If you want to, dude, more than welcome to. We'll drag you on in if you want to have like a quick interview to chat about it. But contemplate that as we will slide on 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Done.
Yeah, hop into Invitational Help Desk and we'll drag you on in.
We'll drag you in as soon as we see you there. But for now, we'll shift over. We'll make the transition and we'll talk about some meta news until we get to that point. And for this, I kind of just wanted to talk overlying thoughts on set 7 as a whole. What do you think as we're done?
I think asking it now is actually like a really nice time. Like it's kind of gone. Like I might play a couple more games, but it's like it's gone. And now I'm reflecting on it, and it was like I actually think it was a nice experiment. Like maybe there's some problems, but like I liked that they tried something new. People didn't like it, but they took it and ran with it, and the aesthetic looked really cool at the very least. And they learned a lot from it too. That's one thing I really like about TFT is that they get to cycle through these things and really learn a lot of things. Andrew says where it's the Invitational Help Desk. It's over in like Invitational section, Andrew, and you just hop into the voice comm there.
You were just there like.
Yeah, you were just there.
You hours ago. I saw you up there. But we have to drag you. You can't see our call. So if everybody can see our call, they just join.
Yeah, we wouldn't want that to do that while it's live. Oh, there he is.
There he is. We'll
coming on in. We'll count him down. 3, 2, 1.
Andrew's here.
Andrew's here. Let's go.
Woo! Andrew?
Yes, it's me.
There, yes.
Hey.
If I can see the room, how I entered the another time?
What?
No, you can't.
You can't see the room.
Oh,
you
it's
can see it
another.
now.
Yeah, see here. Look at this. Here, I'll.
Now we can't see it. Now
Yeah,
you
so
see
like
it.
it disappeared when I moved you
I have
away.
a broadcast here. Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
It's like magic,
Wow.
Andrew. It's
Yeah.
like
How
does it
seeing
happen?
it on this side, you're like, mind's blown. How are these guys doing that? Well,
Yeah,
welcome on in, Andrew.
Yeah, welcome on in. I was
thank
in
you,
my
thank you.
monologue, but like, yeah, what did you like? I know we're gonna get into the invitational a little bit too, but what are your thoughts on set 7.5 and 7.0 overall? Like, what do you think now that the set's done?
Oh, looking at the new set at set 8, I think it's a set with a lot of problems because you are tunneled. You are like have a few options, and it's a set with a lot of issues in balancement. So
Mm.
it's hard to talk trash about this because I played very well in the mid-season in 7.5 at least because I almost don't play in 7. So I don't know. It's a more a balanced thing than a thing in the traits or the champions. It's more like this. It's more like a balanced thing, and it's something frustrating for who is playing like professional. I don't know if you can.
Yeah, because like there's like these moments where like you kind of feel like things are maybe a little more out of your control than you want it to be. Like obviously we're playing TFT, like we know that we can low roll, like that can happen. But now when you like low roll, it almost feels even worse because you just get slammed by somebody who hit their 2-star dragon or something like that, right?
Yes. Even today, we are in the fun patch, so it's a little bit harder to take this serious. But like one guy with Terra 2 in level 8 or Alshin 2 in level 7, it's you don't have any counter, you don't have any play, you don't have like nothing to do about this. It's different in the normal sets because you have like counter plays, maybe magic resistance, maybe something like. But against dragons, it's like you take luck. Infinite, you take 20 damage and just die.
Absolutely.
And like I think the honeybear just sent me something. But
is that a yes or a no?
I was gonna end with that.
Oh,
but
okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's already added. I just gotta click it.
Yeah, I gotta clarify, make sure that's okay. But I saw that too as well, where they had, I think it was on like stage 3, had a 2-star Aoshin, and it's like, what are you gonna? You can't outplay that. Like you can't. Oh, I can put in 2 Mystic. That'll take care of it. It's like no, thing's just gonna wipe your board.
Yeah.
Yes, it's something like this.
Yeah, and also like you said, I think Mortdog was talking about this too, where like the fact that you're unlikely to kill those dragons, it means you're taking the double damage, right? Like it's harder to kill those when you don't have those dragons to maybe take it out. Obviously, I'm oversimplifying and maybe generalizing a little bit, but like when that does happen, it feels really bad because you just don't feel like there was a way you could have possibly beaten a 2-star Aoshin. Maybe even a 1-star would have been difficult, much less a 2-star, you know?
Yes, it's like this. Also, it's different when, like, let's take set A at PBA at this moment. If someone have like a Talia 2 or even a legendary unit like a Syndra, 1-star Syndra, it's not how a dragon works. The dragon just wipe your board. You don't have counterplay. It's like you just look at this and Mortdog GIF. Go next.
Is that what you were feeling all day today? Don't mean to like kick you while you're down, but like it looked like you were feeling that a little bit today.
No, today I don't play really well because I'm not playing the set anymore. I'm just training the new set already. So I'm playing like today. I don't play to win. No, I'm just playing.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah,
no, it's this. It's just playing for. I don't think like for fun, but the two treasure dragons, the new ecosystem. It's just with like 8 players of this level in finals. Who takes a little lucky takes everything. This player don't make mistakes. Like you can punish him if he got all luck in like stage 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So
I think
we have the matchmaking too. No?
Yeah, I think another thing to add on to that's kind of tying to like that dragons are two synergistic units is when you put a very good item on someone. So like I saw somebody who had a didn't have any items on their Shioyu, but they had like a fully upgraded and itemized. I don't remember who it was, but they had a siphon that was like fully itemized in level 2, and then they didn't have like they were going to treasure dragon and hit a radiant edge of night. And it's like oh, like now they're putting that on Shioyu, and it's like they just like tripled or like quadrupled the strength of that unit, right? Like it's just that much stronger, like compared to another unit that would put like one item on, right? So like that's another thing that kind of just highlights where there was issues. Like again, like it created some fun gameplay, I'll admit, but like that overall is like just an issue that I hope gets solved here, right? Mm-hmm.
I think another thing it's when you have a bad day, it's like a matchmaking diff. You can like this player you talking about. If I everyone is beating him, but after the dragon, it's like me against him.
Yeah.
So when everyone is taking advantage of this, I take damage. So
yeah, absolutely. I noticed like throughout the tournament, it felt like, well, one, you like your Yone reroll. I think that was obvious. But there was some contention with the units, and I noticed you popped over to a few people's boards, and we're just kind of chilling there for a little bit. Was that a tactic to try to get them to pivot, or did you not even think about that?
No, I didn't think about. I play Yone in like two of the 6 games. One I need to pivot because I'm playing against Yone 2 with how to say disparador. It's like marksmanship. I don't know how it's the translative of for the English, but it's like so. I feel like Yone it's a constant top 4 play, like not ever playing for top 1. I'm trying every game I try to play Xayah. I'm trying to hard force Xayah, so because I feel like a strong comp to play at this time because we have more gold to play in the drop of the chickens. It's not more chickens, it's Krugs. In the Krugs we have more gold, so it's more easy to play Xayah. I feel like this. I'm just trying to figure out without play because I didn't play this set, so it's more in the luck, more in the in hidden, more like in the luck. So I don't put the March Doggy GIF in. It's more like a player GIF. The guys played very well, and I'm more like let's go, give me something more dog.
Are you looking forward to set 8, Andrew?
What?
Are you looking forward to set 8?
Yes. This set, I have work proposal in my city that I'm considering, or I will play for I will play TFT like all time. So yes, it's like a 50-50 decision. I really don't know at least at this moment.
Yeah,
but
that's a big
let me see. I want to really go play for the ladder, for trying to play LCK or play Words, play something like more.
Yeah, you were really shooting up though. Like I was kind of commenting on that throughout this set. Was that in set 7.5 in particular, you were really shooting up in Brazil's ladder. I think if you put your mind to it, like you can, and you even like you didn't have the greatest showing today, but like that's okay. Like these are really good players. And even making it there to the finals, it just shows that you can stand with like the best of the best. In all honesty, so I think if you really put your heart into it, you can make it happen, and you can make it potentially to Worlds even. If that's your end goal, excuse me. But yeah, of course, you take your own personal decision into it, where if you want to take that job and maybe take TFT a little off to the side, that's also something you should really consider too. I'm happy that that's there for you though.
Yeah, that's
thank you.
Mm-hmm. You've got choices, man. That's what happens when you get TFT.
Yes. But if I'm playing TFT, I'm really trying to play like the for the start of the set this time, because I'm more streaming in the start of set 7, so I'm not taking serious. Like I'm taking fun in the start of set. This set, if I will play from the start, so I can play ladder, because I play the ladder so much in the end of the ladder, so I can't play the Worlds qualifier from Brazil, because I'm playing without some qualifiers. I don't know if it.
I understand.
We have like eight qualifiers, and I play like 4, and I almost become the top 50. I almost. Almost. Yes, almost got it. Yeah. So this set, if I play, I will play to the Worlds. I will take more seriously. I'm watching some serious streamers from like China, Korea, things like these, to really try hard.
No, I think that's always super fun. Like I've been watching, as you well know, since you're basically almost your beginning here at Aegis, when you had like the 5 to 10 viewers, and now you're getting up sometimes up into the 40s, or even when you got rated once and you hovered in the hundreds and hundreds, right? That was exciting. I was excited for you, because that's just really cool to see. I'm pumped to see where you could possibly take it if you end up needing to take that route.
Yeah, and I think us here at Aegis, we always want to help out as much as possible. So Lorence and I think this was yesterday, put together a possible sponsorship opportunity for you. Lorence came up with it, and then I did the design work for it. But Andrew, are you watching my my POV here in the Discord?
Oh no, let me see.
Go ahead and flip that on, and then I'll reveal the sponsorship for you.
How do I see your POV?
You just click on broadcasts, or even click on HoneyBear's profile, I think.
Yep. And then just turn on watch the
now
camera.
Now I'm seeing. Yes.
You got it?
Yes.
Okay, so here's my thought. Especially if you do take the TFT route, we want to make sure that you're financially prepared. So we created for you Andrew D's Nuts. Andrew D's Cocktail Peanuts, aka Andrew D's Nuts.
Oh my god.
What's your thought on that? Just quick thoughts. Do you think that's a good sponsorship opportunity for you?
Of course, if you can send me this, I will add it to my OBS tomorrow.
You had no idea we had created that when you popped in here, did you?
Oh my god.
We set you up. All right, well, okay. Andrew, that's I think that's all I had for you. I will I'll send you that image, and you can possibly reach out to see if we can get that as a sponsorship for you. All right.
Nice.
All right,
for sure.
Lawrence, you got anything before we let him go?
Sponsorship.
Andrew, no, not to go too long with it, but do you have anything you want to do a quick shout out of like set 8's coming in, 7.5 is done. Like, how does it feel to like what you've accomplished? Like, is there a quick like shout out you want to give for maybe yourself or somebody that's helped you along the way?
Oh, I have my guys here, the CPV.
Oh yeah,
we are like capybaras.
Shout out to Yota there in the chat too.
Yep.
Yes, Yota. And I have special thanks for you guys because Aegis made me grow a lot. I think the experience of playing against these players, like you said, me in before, like me in the start of the set 7 or playing Aegis in 6.5, I think.
Yep, yeah, around there.
It's like my start in the professional. So Aegis, it made me grow a lot. It's like something really special for me. It's like the first opportunity for me to win money in TFT beware of the streams, only TFT in this now. So I'm really grateful and thankful for you guys. And now the show needs to continue. How to say that? It's continue.
Yeah.
Basically.
So thanks for the opportunity, and we see yourselves in set 8.
Absolutely. We're pretty excited for set 8 over here. So thanks so much for hanging out with us, though, Andrew.
Tamo together, rapaziada.
Dale, talk to you soon, way.
See ya.
Yeah,
that was good.
That was good. That was solid.
Totally impromptu, by the way. We're just like, screw it, let's bring him on in. That was totally worth.
Yep.
Man, I love that guy.
Made this yesterday. Did not know we were gonna actually get to talk to him. So, that was pretty funny. But yeah, I think I think you brought up some really good points about set 7. In 7.5, I fully agree. But man, the more we get into it, I think I'm gonna miss this set.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know. It always feels jarring. I almost wish I heard there's like that thing on the super server where you can, over in China, where you can play like the old sets. I honestly think that I don't like 7.0, but I think 7.5 covered a lot of the problems. And like, I probably would want to come back and, give it a shot if it was there. Yeah. What are you thinking?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think I would give it, another opportunity. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think there was like
tinted glasses going on right now, but
what was that?
Rose tinted glasses coming in right now, or like just already.
Yeah, I mean, I just think like I think we kept getting to bigger and bigger units, right? And we just kept doing that over set 6 to set 7. It was bigger and bigger units. So having that, I guess, rotation back. It's like, oh wait, these aren't huge units. Like, I can't just sit back on my laurels. Like, I don't know. I almost feel like a pseudo lazy TFT player right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like obviously with that 0 reroll, it's
you're a little lazy,
literally brainless. I don't have to do anything. So, but like, even with the dragon, like you can just get lucky. And I feel like now that they're transitioning back to what it feels like it was. Set 5 and before, I think it's going to have a little bit more skill expression. And I like that. I think it'll help me move. But at the same time, I'm like, man, I like getting to stage 5, hitting that random Deja and being like, sure.
Like, wow, that. I'll do that.
I'll do that. Yeah. That'll work. We can run this. Check real quick. Nobody's running it. I'm good to go. And that's gone, and that's kind of I think it's gonna feel a little different moving into it.
Really jarring. I'm not gonna lie. It already is a little bit, but
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like Dot or Rowan said in the chat, like dragons are just good direction. Without that direction, it's like so much more skill expression. Or, hopefully I don't get into this, but tunnel vision was so hard. In those other sets, and I think it can get even worse now. So, making sure your mental stays strong and and not televisioning is going to be difficult.
Yeah, I think honestly, I want to hear like even another opinion on this, and I think we have somebody on standby that's a really good mind to pick about this.
It's
now that
already
we're
a call.
going a little more
You guys already did everything. Bring him on in.
Yeah, let's test this out. Look what we have
Skip.
here. We've got the one, the only Skip. Skip AS, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing okay.
Well,
You're
man.
a little tired?
A little bit, yeah. I started playing what is it? Is it... Oh, I cannot do math. Oh, it's 12 hours ago, right.
Jeez.
Ooh.
I played a Set 8 tournament, and then pivoted right into the Aegis Invitational, which is a 7.5 tournament.
Was the timing of that good, though? Because I think we always like wanted to move the tournament timings a little bit. Was there like a good break in between?
Yeah, this time around I had like a 2-hour break.
Okay,
yesterday
good.
we had massive delays in the European tournament, so I had almost no break.
Yeah.
But yesterday was an easier day.
Yeah, quote unquote.
Okay, speaking of delays, I just personally want to pick your brain at this, because it's partially due to production and how we can handle things. But how did the delays feel for you on stream today, like or throughout all of the tournaments? Do you feel like you had enough time to kind of gather yourself back and get into that next game, or do you feel like it's a little jarring sometimes playing in a tournament setting like this and maybe not getting enough break or getting too much break?
I prefer having little breaks. Like the thing we had, I think basically production only asked for a 5-minute break in the middle, and the rest of the breaks were just players going BRB between games, which was like 4 minutes at most. And for me, that is ideal, because I like when you have to sit around for like 15 minutes just like listening to your standby music or whatever.
Yeah,
if you lose early, right?
I don't know, especially when you're racing against the clock, against tiredness. It's better to get those games over done quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was something we were trying to like delve into a little more. This set was obviously there's still like the casters who need to be thought about, which is why sometimes those breaks come in if they need to like to go to the restroom or like actually just like refocus themselves because they've been talking forever. Obviously, you guys are also competing, but like if they're ready to rock, we want to rock with you guys and push on through that. So that's what we've been trying to delve into a little more this set.
Yeah,
I'm glad to hear that. So.
Like ideally, if the production asks for just one break in the middle or like 2 breaks, like a break after 2 games, I think that's for players. That's perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's like something we had with like the ACL as well, where we had even we didn't broadcast as many of them as we would have liked, but like in general, we had it with like the 2 games where you can kind of like rattle them off, like just go with 2 games. And I'm sure that was a lot quicker too because it was all impromptu and on your own terms, right? Where you could just start.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the goal moving forward. Watching a lot of tournaments on the outside, it's like, man, sometimes these breaks are just killer. And it's not always on production side. Sometimes it's on player side. Like, hey, if you got to get up and go, you got to get up and go. There's no way around that. It's definitely like a little bit more jarring. I feel like diving into things. But speaking of tournaments, are you done with set 7.5 tournaments? Was this it?
Yes, this was the final one. Thank God I never have to play this first set again.
Were you listening to us talking about that? Were we getting a little bit sentimental, or do you feel that way at all?
I have no positive feelings towards set 7. My only positive feeling is that because the set allowed for massive high rolls, I won a Golden Spatula Cup with no preparation because I just hit a dragon at level 6. Like
you had no
5
prep?
out of 6 games. Yeah, for the GSC I won, I had no prep.
What? That's blowing my mind right now. What?
Oh, I just hit a dragon. Dude, like there was 0 skill in set 7. It was insane. I just hit a dragon and won a tournament.
That's kind of what I was getting at too a little. Like I liked set 7.5 enough that I would like to play it again, but 7 I could definitely do without. You hit a dragon and like the power was so strong, you know. It's like,
okay, so my feeling is that in the Golden Spatula Cup there was one game total out of the 18 I played where like I played better than other people would have in my spot, and the rest was just autopilot based on like, you know, basic knowledge
general
of the set.
skill.
Yeah, like one game out of 18 I felt like I had skill expression.
Interesting. See, because like hearing you talk about it and then my perspective from it, so like on the outside, so I'm a fanboy of just TFT, and so I watch
Really?
as much TFT as I can. So like watching your games, it was funny to see because you have a different play style than a lot of people. You know, watching your streams, watching your playthrough tournaments, others, you really have your own, I guess, thoughts and idea of how the game works. And so in my mind, I'm thinking like, this guy knows something that somebody else doesn't. This guy knows something that like he noticed in practice and he continued to do, whereas like other people didn't see that. So it's kind of mind-boggling to me that you were just flying, you know, by the seat of your teeth right there.
Seat of your teeth.
Seat of your teeth. Yeah, I think that's the phrase. But like, just, you know, I always had this thought that I'm like, this guy has practiced probably more than anybody, and now it's on the other side. You didn't practice at all. You just had that. Just had the big brain plays that people never saw.
Just like, to be fair, I didn't play 1 week before the GSC. I played prior to that, but the week before I just chilled. I didn't play because I was like, I'm done with this fucking set.
you let it soak into your brain over that week, you know, like it's like when you sleep, you know, you get to remember.
The meme is that playing TFT literally rots your brain. So if you want to be good at TFT, you need to not play it.
Is that why Soju didn't win Worlds?
Yeah, he played too much. Okay, Soju didn't win Worlds because his mental is just like... I feel like there are multiple species of insects which have more stable mental and powerful mental for competition than Soju.
You know, hey, I've watched Soju streams, and yeah, yeah. No, I don't know if I'd go that far, but hey, you know, you gotta have strong mental.
He grumbled so fast. Oh, true. God!
I did see that.
I mean, that was delicious because I love watching Soju lose. It's so fun, but you know,
rip, big rip.
That's my NA representative.
Yeah.
But, okay, I don't know if people know this, but at Worlds, Lelouch had a bet. I think it was for $2,000. Who's gonna place higher, whether it's Soju or Lelouch? And day one, it looked completely doomed for Lelouch, and then he kind of turned it around. And I mean, especially Soju turned it around. So yeah.
Yeah, Lelouch looked pretty good. I was not high on Lelouch coming into the tournament, and so if I were him, I would hold my head high. I think he played very well, and I would be happy with his performance, even though, you know, he's probably like, well, I could have done better. Yeah, at that stage, everyone's gonna think they could have done better, but I think it was a great performance on his end.
Did you really not have? So
no.
When Worlds, like before it started, my thought was that the only two Westerners who can legitimately win is Lelouch and Rainplosion. Like I think so. Noel is okay from Europe. He's pretty good. But he did get skill lift, I think. I watched this stream. I watched his POV for most of the Worlds, and he did get a bit skill lift. Mm-hmm. And KC Double is like super good when he shows up, and sometimes he suffers from the same dog mental that Soju has, and that's kind of what happened.
Yeah, actually, now that we're kind of on that topic, I've got a quick question. So at that high of a level, I mean, it's maybe not at Worlds, but since you didn't participate yourself, but maybe from your own experiences, and then seeing it, you seem to have watched some of the games at Worlds. How much do you feel that that a player's skill really matters in TFT. Like because people will always say like, oh, it's maybe like a little bit of a role diff. Like anybody can take a really high roll and go first because they just know what to do with it. What would your take kind of be on something like that?
Sorry, I don't think I got the question.
Okay, all right. I can rephrase if you'd like.
Yeah, if you can, please.
Yeah, of course. So it's like how much do you think skill really plays into whether like at this really high level? So say like the world's finals, there's 8 people who are extremely good at this game. How much does it end up mattering? Like at that high of a level of gameplay for their actual skill, or do you think it's like more towards like, well, whichever one ends up getting like a really good line is probably going to win that game? How frequently do you think that happens?
Okay, so I think that first thing to note is that the skill ceiling in TFT is insanely high. If you play perfectly, you will win worlds with like 99% chance, or even higher than that, if you play perfectly. But
I agree.
As you get better and better, obviously the each hour of practice you put in gives you a diminishing returns of percentage chance to place well in a game. So I'd say like the highest level, or at least at the highest level in Europe that I have experience with, I'd say that if you are the best player playing with the competition, you can top 4 like 60% of the games, maybe 65. I think that's obviously if you play only 6 games, right? If you have only 65% chance to top 4, you have a pretty good chance of not making it. So there is definitely a luck factor, in that sense.
Yeah. And so this was something I got from Spicy Appies, but he is more of a, he'll grind when he needs to, but he's really big into review and studying. Do you think that could have a greater, when you're at that level, Spicy Appies, challenger player, hits high challenger frequently, but do you think when you're at that level, studying can be more important than just actually playing?
Yes, but I think that some people study by watching other people's streams, and like I don't know if you ever watch Rolldown, like watching Chinese players and taking notes of all the decisions that they made, etc.
Everyone.
Like the most time efficient way to improve at TFT is to think. Like open up Team Builder, open up the list of units, the list of items, and just think. Like what are some possible stage 2, stage 3 boards I can build, I can look for, and it's super exhausting. Like after an hour you'll be done, but if you want to get good quickly, that's obviously you do need to play to put it into your instincts, because this only puts it into like your memory, right. And in TFT memory is too slow, but yeah, for the most part I think people just generally don't think enough, including myself. That's one of the plans for set 8. One of my secret tools, I will think.
Secret tools will skip here.
I think there's another secret tool that a lot of TFT players don't really tap into. Do you think you're also going to be able to read more for set 8?
Oh, I have done. I think I know everything about set 8, except for like I don't know unit stats, but like I know what every synergy does. I know what every item does. I have read.
So this is greater than I would say 90 probably 95% of the TFT population I think is illiterate. Personal opinion, backed up by some science, but completely and utterly illiterate. The 5% are in Aegis. That's not true. Actually, like we have like 3%. There are 2% of people in Aegis that don't read. If you're watching this podcast, either on YouTube or on Twitch, you're in the 3%. You can read. If you're not, you can't read.
True.
I'm gonna be honest. You can't read. Yeah, so I think that is a big skill gap, and I think Lorence, well done on bringing that out. Skip, I've been open on podcasts, on broadcasts as well, about like there are actual bringing back to your last point, there are actual mechanics in TFT that I think are difficult, and one of them I think is rolldowns. I think rolldowns are something that you have to do again and again and again. You have to see it, and you have to be good at it. I on one hand, I'm not good at it. I know, in this set, I'm an Ezreal reroll player. In this set, that's basically all I can reroll. But if I gave this, to somebody like you, and said, hey, I need you to be at 70 gold, and I need you to roll down at Krugs, all 70, I need you to hit every single unit and not miss one, I think you could do it, but I don't think I could. And I think that's a really big skill to have.
70 gold is a lot of gold.
It's 50 a lot of gold.
Do. 70, I don't know about that. 50 I can do for sure, though.
Yeah. And I think that's it is an important skill. It's not used all the time, but I really do think that can be the difference between, a good player and a great player is being able to, dominate at those skills. And it really is something that has to be, almost unique to you. Like you have it or you don't.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the main things you learn when you actually play the game, right? The two main skills you learn, or maybe three main skills, is you learn rolldowns, and you can translate rolldowns into just, in-game currency, right? If I roll down a turn earlier, in order to have more time, I'm down 5 gold to a more skilled player, for example. Yep. The second skill you learn is judging board strength, which is super important, especially in stage 2. Like being able to preserve your streak, be able to tell whether you're going to be able to, if you lost 3, can you do 2 wins, or do you need to sack 2? That can absolutely be like the difference between 2nd and 7th. That is gigantic. And the third is being able to position. Like, that is another thing that you have to do by instinct. You cannot think about this because you need to position for 3 boards at the same time. You need to be able to tell which one is the most critical, where the positioning is going to make the most difference, and what are the important units to identify and move around to adapt. And like when you have 30 seconds and you needed to roll and think about what your strongest board actually is, you need to do that by instinct. So that's what you get from playing as well.
That was really cool to hear, actually. I was like, I know it's like stuff I've like generally thought about at least like once in my TFT career, I would hope. But just hear it all in a row is like just really good, to like for everybody here. That's thinking here. I should actually say. I was going to say listening, but I should say thinking, because people that think are going to be good at TFT.
Unless you can't read.
Yeah, unless you can't read.
Yeah. Like in set 5.5, that was actually the reason I was able to get to Worlds, because people were actually positioning their units wrong, even in stage 2. But I would scout around, look at like 6 boards, and be able to identify which of them I can swing with correct positioning. And I have managed to win streak with boards I absolutely shouldn't have. In my run in the EU regionals, because I outpositioned people on 2-2.
Yeah, I can feel that.
A hugely underrated skill, I think.
Is it just that stage 2 is that impactful on the game? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, of like a better question maybe is like, how impactful do you actually think that stage 2 is? Like, you can recover, of course. Maybe you just hit, and then you can make a first even out of a poor stage 2 start. But how impactful would you rate on like a scale of 1 to 10 of like a good stage 2? If that makes sense.
Like about 8. Like, if you go lose, win, lose, you're never playing for top 2. Like, almost ever, unless you get a disgusting high roll or hand-picked augments or something. It's if you go lose, win, lose, it's -3 placements, probably. So, I think it's super important, right? I had one game like this today. That was actually the only game where I felt like I did something interesting. Where I was able to stabilize with a Rolldown into Deja, who held my Shiryu items, which bought me enough time to pivot into Jades because I didn't really have anything else going on.
Yeah.
Because I had Beasts Den. I was playing Beasts Den Deja for a whole stage, and it kind of worked out. And I managed to get 5th with it because, going lose-lose with lose-lose is super bad.
Mm-hmm. Especially in these lobbies, I'm sure, because that puts you really far behind. If you were playing in my lobbies, it's like probably get away with that. Sorry, go ahead.
So I don't know how much trash talk is like allowed in this, right? Is it
as
a
much
decent
as you
amount?
want to?
Yeah, as long as you're relatively composed while you do it. Yeah.
Don't just
don't be
full on destroy someone's career, but yeah.
Yeah.
So like this finals was like a 3-man lobby, right? It was me, Kapakuk, and Ixua.
Yep.
I think. And in that case, like going 7th, which I did one game, absolutely my fault. I didn't adapt to the new patch. Mm-hmm. But that puts me so far behind because like Ixalas was gonna go 7th, right? Like Kapakuk might outplace him, I might outplace him, and all the other players, if they really high roll, might outplace him. But that's very unlikely. So at that point, losing so many placements is just gigantic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and especially like here in these, like those making third, like not third, making a 6th or a 5th instead of a 7th really matters down the line because that'll push you up within punching range, right?
Exactly.
And that was, I want to bring that that was like Banana Bill's problem. Like you could see when Banana Bill got his rolls and went with it. He went, what was it?
Third, first.
It's like, but then it was 8-8 in his first 2 games, 8 in the last game. It's like, man, if he figured out those 8s and transitioned them into, just one of them into a 4th, he takes the 3rd spot. It's like,
to be fair though, Banana Bill was an assassin sent to hold hands with me and contest me on whatever. What was that? 8 in 2nd game? I have 8. I have like 7 astrals onto 1. I have calculated loss, and he goes back. I'm rerolling astrals.
Yeah,
I saw that. We were watching. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Honey Bear.
No, I was just gonna say you guys went 7th handheld all the way through, and on my end, I have no stakes. I'm just back there producing. So on my side, I'm like, this is great. I'm like eating my popcorn. I'm like, is anybody gonna pivot? Probably not. This is awesome.
Probably not.
I'm loving it.
You can pivot with fleetwood footwork. You cannot pivot when you have calculated loss. I have nothing. I have an eco augment.
Like obviously that's so frustrating in game, but yeah, from your viewer's perspective of me, I'm like, whoo, loving this.
Yeah, I was like, it was like a slow motion train wreck of like, we know it's coming.
It was so
it's
hard.
Coming, boy. And you guys just held hands all the way to 7th and 8th.
Admittedly, that was my inexperience with the new patch. Because on the new patch, even if I wasn't contested, I was not getting better than a 5th. Because golems give so much more gold and you can handpick items. The way Astral usually worked in the previous patch was that you can beat like so-called stable boards that haven't 2-starred everything yet. Right?
Yeah, like
you can
4,
beat
right?
Shades if the Shiryu is 1-star and the Jace is 1-star. But once everything is 2-star, you just lose to everything, and you need to pivot to a level 9 board.
Yeah, and they also get dumped a radiant item too. They get a reroll. So like they're also getting if they hit that 1-star dragon, they get that Edge of Night that I was mentioning, and now you're losing probably with your astral reroll because you likely haven't hit anything.
As Andrew mentioned, there is just more gold in the game, so people are hitting their 2-star carries not on 4-5, but on 4-2. And you're just losing so much HP because of that.
Yeah,
and I should have known, because I rerolled Astrals yesterday, and I got barely 6th. And I just got baited again because I don't know. I didn't think. I didn't use my one advantage.
You weren't thinking.
It was actually really nice watching him from my perspective, because again, it wasn't just you guys that got baited into Astrals. I don't think an Astral board top 4 the entire day. Unless you pivoted, you didn't top 4. So that was kind of it's interesting getting to see like all the perspectives that I get and being able to just casually, scan around. Obviously so much different when you're in game. But yeah, Astral was the bait of the tournament right here. If you stuck with Astrals, you were killing yourself.
Yeah.
But I think
I would
go ahead.
I would have been so happy if I got the double tournament win in one day. Never been done before. Like freaking Conor McGregor with my double belt, but no. Yeah. It's one.
Yeah, and it would have been fun enough if you would have won back-to-back invitationals. No. Yeah, that would have been good.
Yeah. In all honesty, though, I've been like trying to follow Ixula as much as possible. They are cracked. Like set 7.5 is their set. They are so good at this set, and it's really cool to watch. Getting to see them. They've been around for a while, so getting to watch them, I'm like, geez, what a step up from set 7 to set 7.5.
Like he's rank 1 on US, quite deservedly so yeah. I mean, he was the favorite going into this for sure. Back to back, I did manage to win the set 8 tournament, right? So I would have liked to win 2 tournaments in one day, but some other time.
Really gratifying, yeah. That's what happens because you win the first one, and that probably took a little bit of thinking power out of you, and you only have so much more to think about today. So
and like it's different sets as well, so you need to switch thinking a bit. Okay, so if I can talk just a tiny bit, it's completely unrelated about the set 8 tournament. It was epic.
Go.
I was like 5 points behind the leader in the last game, right? But the leader, I don't know if you guys have like watched or played TFT set 8.
No, I've never played TFT. Oh, set 8. No.
Okay.
I've never played TFT.
Never played TFT.
Right.
Sorry, we're playing.
The guy who was ahead of me was playing Talon reroll like every game, right? 1-cost reroll, degenerate. And I was a noble Chad flex gamer, right? And I was like 5 points behind because that's what being flex does. But Ladakh, the champion of the people, decided that he can win the tournament if the leader goes 8th and he goes first. So what he did was he held talents, and he had 9 talents on 3-2. And the guy, just Cupid, who was ahead of me, could not hit 9 talents out of the pool. He just went super 8th. And it was there were some accusations of collusion. There was no collusion. It was all calculated self-interest that just happened to happen this way.
I mean, what if that player really what if Leduc really wanted to have the option of pivoting if he really wanted, He could have pivoted.
So he had Pandora's Bench, and as soon as the other player died, he rerolled his Talon into another 3-star 1-cost.
He came to his senses. He came to his senses, right? And it was like, oh wait, I actually can pivot into this. I should pivot. I should re-roll this into something that's better.
Yes.
Exactly.
What a smart guy.
Actually hilarious. That's really funny. I would have loved to see that. Oh man.
I enjoyed that greatly.
I think
I'm so it's hilarious.
My last question for you, Skip, is like what are you excited for in set 8? And this can be anything. Like, you're excited to make it to Worlds, or are you excited just to have a fresh new set? Anything.
Worlds is pretty far away. Currently, I'm excited for the ladder race into Challenger. I'm not sure I'm going to play it. I'm probably going to try to find time, but I'm currently on holidays, and I don't necessarily want to be holed up in my room during holidays abroad. So I don't know, it'll be a tough decision, but the race to Challenger on a new set is always super fun.
Just give me your sign in, I'll get you there while you're away. Kidding.
This guy! Woo!
Sure.
Actually, now I'm kind of curious. Is there any like particular like unit that you like look at and like that's a freaking cool unit? How the heck did they make that?
I mean, yes, but probably not necessarily in the same you mean it. So you know how in set 7, right? The meme was the way Mordok intended you to play the game was to put Aphelios 1 in the front line. You played Aphelios 2, Aphelios 1, and that was your strongest board because Darkfight were insane, right?
Right. Yeah.
That's what Mordok envisions. You put a guy with a gun who's a ranged champion, DPS, into the front line because he's the best tank unit as well. So in set 8, you have the same thing. You just put like a Jinx and another Jinx and a Zoe and another Zoe into your front line, and it's the best front line. I love it. You just put ranged units into your front line and they jump back after they get hit. It's my favorite thing.
Wait,
I love Zoe. I love Jinx.
I did not think about that.
Wait, Lawrence, you haven't seen that?
No, I'm an idiot.
All right, well, let's keep this on the DL. Don't be telling people about the strat. Because that's one of my favorite Zoes. Zoe might be my favorite champion in set 8. Because I was a Cassiopeia player back in the day, and I loved it. Yes. It was enjoyable for me. Just having to, like, I don't know, not deal with my backline, if you will. And just be like, all right, all I need is frontline. And yeah, this right now is the OP frontline.
My favorite moment in the whole set 8 tournament I had was, I was playing a normal board, I had like 5 synergies active, and I thought, wait, this isn't right. I know what to do. I'm gonna put in 2 Zoes, 2 Echoes, 1 Jinx, and Velka's in the backline. I have 1 synergy, it's Prankster, and it's so much stronger than playing like 5, Anima, Squad, whatever synergies, Mascots. No, just Pranksters. It's just a prank, bro. And you win.
That's going to be the comp name.
Just a prank, bro.
Prank, bro.
Just a prank, bro. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, that was the last question for me. Lawrence, you got anything before we let Skip go?
No, yeah. I guess I'll tell you directly here. Then I really appreciate you specifically coming and staying up this late all the time for our tournaments. Your presence is obviously felt. You got second this time, and you got first in many of our other tournaments. Like I'll be blunt, like it really ups our like the prowess of our tournaments just by having you here. So I'm really thankful that you always come out. I appreciate it.
I'm happy to hear that. I really like playing these tournaments, even though it ends up ruining my sleep schedule a bit. But yeah, I really enjoy them. Thank you guys for organizing them. It's always fun.
And you are the rank 1 Aegis player of all time. So did you see that?
It helps. Yeah.
Not spoiled.
I just checked to make sure. I checked to make sure you guys made the right choice.
Did you see me spoil it?
I
did not know.
I was so mad. He went and
we got to top 5. I accidentally clicked on it, and it unshowed it, and I'm like, no! I literally lost sleep over it. I was if
he was in the same room, I would have actually physically slapped him, like not hard, but just like give him an actual slap.
I wanted to hide as far away as I could. I wanted to find a corner.
We spent an hour going through this list, and he's like, "Oh no, click!" I was so mad, but I mean, everybody knew it anyway, though. Like honestly, like it was for the reasons I had mentioned. Everyone knew. So, yeah.
Well, Skip, always a pleasure, man. I hope you have a great rest of your night. Get some sleep, dude.
Indeed. All right. See you guys in set 8, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see you in set 8, man.
Hog. Man, we need to just do this honestly, like almost all the time. I'm talking to both of those players.
This is turning into the Aegis Rolldown call-in show.
Yeah. Anyone else want to call
in? You're in chat. Let us know. We'll call on in.
Yeah.
No, but we'll slide on through a little bit here. Let's dive into weeklies, which obviously our weeklies are going to be the finals.
Surprise!
So, whoop whoop. Obviously we've been talking about this the entire day. Big shout out to Exclusive for winning. But anybody else you want to shout out, or anything you want to talk about specifically about this one?
I don't know if they're in chat still, but I have to bite the bullet on this. I almost had not removed, but I had like almost replaced Remix in the tournament, and they were giving me crap. So I am going to fully admit it. It was my fault. I might have been able to reach out to them a little bit better, and they made me eat my words. And they are here in the finals, and they got third, and had a real big shot. Obviously, they got that eighth and that fifth there at the end, but they had a real shot at winning the whole thing. So I'm really glad they got to come out and show their stuff. So congrats to them. That's one I'll point out right there.
And they gave us a fantastic POV. We got to laugh the whole time. It was wonderful. I was calling for the that was Mex. It was remix and the mix. So that was the OG mix and the remix on the broadcast.
Yeah.
Don't know if that was actually true, but absolutely great from them. Really appreciate kind of everything they did for us today. Even if they don't feel like they not only giving us their POV, but also just putting on a good show. Giving us a lot of different good comps and working hard to be good at the game. And it's like, that's obviously everybody here is good at the game, but like being able to put on a show for us and allow us to have fun things to talk about is completely different. And so really appreciate them for being here.
Yeah, speaking of fun things to do, because they had their friend there watching them play, and then that one game they got better together, and we were like, that's funny because they're with their friend, the power of friendship. And then right after that, they had also got Stand United, and we're like, even more power of friendship. And then the third augment ends up being a supportive augment in Heroic Presence, and we're like, man, these guys are really just protecting like the however you would phrase it, supportive augment. And it was just really funny seeing that.
And I think they locked in best friends every chance they got too.
Yeah,
it's really cool. Best friend dip.
Another thing I'll actually shout out to is Banana Bill's POV was hilarious with the bananas. I don't know if you were going to say that. That was probably your next thing, but yeah.
So I'll leave you to that. And then I still don't know what was like bongoing, to use Protroid's term on top of it, but that was pretty funny. Enjoyed the bongos. Vicious, obviously. Just as a player joining the tournament, I was really hyped to see them. I don't get to watch a lot of Vicious. So being able to watch Vicious play was really cool for me. Just like, again, a fan of good TFT, and not having the opportunity to see all these players all the time. That was really cool. I could fanboy over getting to watch Vicious for a little bit. But and then just big shout out to all the rest of the players. But anything else before we shift on?
I do want to point out just one more time how, they got the 8th in the last game there. Spoiler alert, who I'm going to talk about, a Banana Bill again. But like, it was really cool seeing them go. And that's why I like these longer form tournaments, is like they got the 8th, and then they went 3rd, 1st. And like they had a real shot of at least like showing up and like having a chance. Like they had I think they even had a chance to win everything if things fell their way perfectly. And that's insane after they get the first 2 games were 8. And that's why sometimes you always want to argue for like longer form tournaments as much as you can. So I'll point that out once more.
Big feels. But again, just appreciate everybody who was hanging out. Everybody who played in the tournament, not just these final 8, but all like 500 different people who played in the tournaments or whatever we actually had. Appreciate everybody. So if you ever watch this again, big thank you. You guys actually make it run, even if you don't make it to the final 8. So big thanks. But moving on from there, AML, ACL. Not much to talk about that. Signups are coming
soon, TM.
Soon.
They should be out. They will out for sure before the set drops. I just need to finish up the rule book and then create the document questionnaire itself. Once that's done, you are all going to have it. So I'm excited for that. It's honestly one of my favorite times of the year, being able to the sets is being able to see all these people like make a quick rush or ask me all the questions about what everything looks like. I'm again a big format geek, so I love stuff.
For sure. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think Yeah, I think we're going to have a really good turnout here. Obviously we work really hard to make these the best possible production out there, on the back end specifically. Slowly with set 7.5, I think you guys have seen we're really doing our best to just make it overall the best product that you can possibly have. From a tournament standpoint to a finding friends standpoint to literally anything you think about with TFT. We want it to be successful. So really looking forward for these, set 8. I think it's going to be the best one we've ever put on. And I don't think I can say, enough about how hype I am for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And of course, I won't rehash it much because we talked about it last, maybe a little closer to overtime. But we will have an attempt to have a lot higher threshold for ACL, and then have like clump of people for AML, and a more open, like, I'm really looking forward to at least seeing how that turns out. We might not be able to run it depending on, but I have full confidence.
Yeah, I mean, we're setting ourselves up for success. With B pots coming in. Have we introduced B pots?
Haven't mentioned it. May as well mention it here. B pots, if you've seen in the chats, TFT staff, Mr. B pots, Brady Potter over there. He will be running that once we figure out the name for the A blank L that we'll be creating. That he's going to be running that, so you'll see him around a little more often.
Yeah, looking forward to that. And as you guys can have kind of seen around, our staff's getting a lot bigger. It was Lorence and this bot we call Container.
For like 9 months. It was like 9 months of just that.
Yep, brought me on for a little bit after that, and then it was, things have been going crazy here. So if you do see new staff members, people with new roles, new titles, make sure you reach out to them. Say thank you. Behind the scenes, not everyone gets to see everything that's done and how much work is going into it. So make sure if you guys do see somebody, even if we don't get an opportunity to shout them out, give them a thanks for what they do, because everybody's working pretty hard in the background. So, but with that, we want to slide in to Aegis Awards, and I kind of want to use this as the platform segment, if that works for you. Kind of talk about the next event.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I know a lot of people have stepped out. If you are still in chat, especially if you are a higher tier player, or a tournament organizer, take note, because in the next couple of weeks, we are going to be putting on a charity event through Aegis. So Aegis is going to be doing some charity event. We're going to be playing some TFT. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is just a hype thing that we're going to basically be doing for the community and donating all proceeds. Anything we get is going to go to charity. And so what that looks like for us is we're calling it a week with Aegis. So Aegis staff and their pros are going to be competing in a 6-game tournament to raise money for charity. And so basically what that's going to look like, all the Aegis staff, we're all getting together and we are going to pick a pro. And Aegis staff with their pro, we are going to be playing in a 6-game tournament. It's going to be a duos tournament that's not going to be, oh gosh, what's that game mode called? Double up? Not going to be double up. It's just going to be a duos tournament. 100% for fun, but we will be competing to try to actually win. There will be a lot of different things going on with that. We will have donation actions, which basically if you donate, an action will occur, on stream, and that'll be fun to see. So it'll be a little bit different than your normal tournaments. But if you do want to be a part of this, in any way you want to play, if you consider yourself a high elo player and you want to play, signups will be in the Discord tomorrow. I think we can get that done tomorrow. So signups will be in the Discord tomorrow for anybody who wants to play. We'll start to get the list of Aegis staff that is going to be playing. And then next week, there will be a draft happening. Yes, a draft. Not a cold air draft, but a pro draft. Us Aegis TFT, players, casters, etc. will be selecting pros to play alongside of them to help them to coach them up. And we'll be playing through. The date for this currently is December 15th. So mark your calendars, December 15th. We'll be hanging out, having fun. That is a Thursday. So hopefully you guys can, if you're not playing, you're watching. And if you're a good player, sign up. Because we'd love to have those. We're going to have some pretty fun pairs going through. And it'll just overall be a good time. If you've never watched your tournament organizers fail at playing TFT, now's your opportunity. Anything else with that you want to bring up, Lorence?
No, that was a pretty good summarization of it. Basically, we're just gonna play like 4 games first to like kind of sift things out. We're gonna get exactly how many people we want to have. It might be 16, might be 8 total, depending on how many people we can end up getting. But we'll play 4 games at least to go and decide who goes to that last like 2 games for the lobbies. We'll have a couple more details out as time goes on, but like this general play 6 total games to kind of decide who's the best one. But there's no prizing, of course. Just the payments for the charity. Can't wait to get going in that. I love being able to help out with it.
Yep, and it's the perfect time of the season or the year to do a charity event, and so we're really looking forward to being able to raise a little bit of money and give it away to somebody who needs it, right? And so that's kind of our heart behind it. And yeah, again, we're not making anything. We're just trying to put on a fun event for everybody to watch. So yep, be looking forward to that. More stuff coming out. But Aegis Awards, Lawrence, do you have? We actually didn't even talk about this. Do you have a high roll, low roll of the week?
I mean, kinda. Like, I mean, I can say high roll is like, I'm trying to think of how to phrase it exactly, but I'll just say it as like basically everyone that's here is the high roll. Like it just being able to play TFT in a nice community like this is always fun. Maybe that's my own bias, so I guess it's technically me that's the high roll. Getting to see all this happen around me, it's always fun to see it. I feel like I say this every week, but it's true. So screw it. I'll say it again. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, I think the high roll for me is just going to be everybody. All sappy, everybody on the Aegis staff. All the new people who are coming in. We have a few new positions that we're going to be announcing to you guys soon that people have filled. And that's going to be, more prevalent in set 8 when we get to it. So really excited to see that. I will still be the greatest intern. That's not going away. Definitely still the intern.
He's never getting promoted.
0 promotions, 0 pay increases. So excited to see, all the people that will be above me coming in. Brand new people coming on in. So hyped to see them come in. And just really, really thankful for the staff that we have. And what we're actually building. So that's going to be my high roll is Aegis staff looking and prepping for set 8 right around the corner.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I don't have a low roll. Nobody low rolled this week.
Yeah. I mean, I'll do a joke low roll then. The low roll of the week for me was Dot for not getting to cast even more games because they were cracked, and they're here in chat. And you better know it. So wanted to let you know that here.
That's hurtful because I was supposed to cast Dot's game, so you're basically just saying I suck.
Well, I mean,
I am the intern. I mean, I guess I'll give a low roll then. Shoot. Andrew D for not being sponsored by Andrew D's Nuts sooner.
I was like cracking up so hard when we came up with that yesterday.
Oh my gosh. What a good segue into question and answers. If you guys do have any questions, drop them into crack. Drop them into crack here soon. Drop them into chat here soon. We'll pick them up. But I didn't see any really coming through. But I guess, like, Lawrence, I do have a question for you. Are you going to hit Masters to set?
We're gonna find out. I'll try again. We're gonna try again, but man, is it it's getting a little sussy there for myself. We'll find out though.
For sure.
Puppy is going nuts.
Just like Andrew D's. Anyways, I'm good to switch to the outro. You good?
Yes, sir. I don't think we got too many things in chat. Not that I saw anyway.
No, we're switching on through.
Wait, hold on.
There we go.
Oh, what about studying and how do I manage the time? I don't. I'm terrible with it. So like, what am I studying? I'm studying computer science, focus in human-computer interaction. So it's basically working with, I'm in my senior year, and it deals with like basically user experience, user interface, like basically putting out forms, making sure people are enjoying the product that's being put out by whoever. So like, say like you're using the Facebook app and you're like, man, this part sucks. And you do a feedback form to like maybe find out why there's an issue or what sucks, what can we change, that sort of thing. So yeah, that was great. Oh yeah. I can probably help out with data structures. I liked that class. I had taken it. Yeah, no, I like it a lot. I really started realizing that I like that sort of thing by being in TFT when I heard I started doing like more questionnaires here, and I'm like, I really like hearing feedback from people and helping out. Like just like making a better tournament. How do I make the format better? How do I do that? I get feedback and then put that into my product, and that's basically what I'll do there. So I love it. So yeah, and then the other part, how do I manage my time? I'm getting better and better with it. I think having more people, I will suggest this, and I was brought up to it by Honeybear, and it's why he's my right-hand man. I mean, intern. He's my intern. Is finding ways to disseminate a little bit of the work as you expand, finding people that can come in and do the work competently like I've been doing. And I think that helps out a lot. Realizing there's only so much you can do is definitely something you got to do. So again, I guess then I really appreciate all the help that all my staff ends up giving me, because I would not be able to do this alone anymore, because this is a lot of stuff going on. So
we do a ridiculous amount now. The amount of stuff that we go through, even like, I don't know, just like a little snippet, if you will. So 7.5 to set 8, you know, we ask a lot of the ACL and AML to fill out a sheet on, you know, how we did, things we can improve on, etc. It takes us, like, I think we're at hour 10 of being in meetings just talking about that sheet. Just that. Just feedback. What do we want to do? What do we think of the feedback? How can we improve on things? Just that one little thing is 10 hours of meetings.
Worth. It's a lot of it's good to me because I like I mean, I'm sure you enjoy it too, but like I must go through this. It needs to be perfect.
It's got to be good. So we do really try to put on the best product. Obviously, we're not the best. Or, you know, we're not perfect. We're trying to be the best. We're trying to do everything we can. So just give you a little snippet on it. TFT Summit. I will not be there. Lorence will be there.
I will be there.
Lorence will be there.
Can't wait to meet everyone.
Hanging out. So make sure if you are going, go meet Lorence, because he'll be there wandering around in the flesh. So
I'm excited.
But I am poor. I live in Michigan and have absolutely no possible way of getting there. There's just no way.
I'll be flying there. Rohan.
I got nothing. If anybody wants to fly me out there, I'll go in a heartbeat. Just let me know. Let me know. I'll be there. But yeah, Lawrence will be there, supporting the Aegis staff there. Hopefully he can get on stage. That'd actually be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick.
So
I do know some people because Boises is running that, and I think Gangly will be there as well. Maybe I'll be able to pull some strings, but who knows? They're going to be really busy. Maybe they are just going to be distracted a little. So I totally understand if I can't, but that'd be pretty sick. I'm just excited to go.
Definitely. Wait, Porn's going? You remember we'll be there? Oh, man, I want to meet you guys. Dang it!
Yeah, that would be so fun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, bummer. All right,
I'll teach you.
Let me scrap together some money. All right, I'll stream tomorrow, and if anybody wants to donate like $2,000 for me to fly out there, just let me know. That's probably what plane tickets cost now. So. All right, well, that's a good question and answer. We'll slide on into the outro. Short outro. Thanks so much for being here, guys. Lawrence, thanks. We'll see you guys next Sunday. Lawrence, anything you want to shout out before we take off?
Shout out to the set 8 goers or set 7.5 goers. It was a great set. And here we are with our last thing that we'll be doing, really. And then we'll be kicking off set 8 down the road a little bit. So big hypes.
For sure. We'll see you guys in set 8. We'll probably be streaming it, hanging out with it, talking about it. Literally everything that you could ever want from set 8 will be here on the Aegis channel. So thanks so much, guys. And we'll see you guys, I guess, in the Discord. Peace out, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.